So this is a poster for an album cover for Lou Reed done by the artist Stefan Sagmeister, who was born in 1962. He's a New York-based graphic designer and typographer. Mottos is design that needed guts from the creator and still carries the ghost of these guts in the final execution. So most of his work is done for the music industry. A few years ago, he decided to dedicate 25% of his work to the art world, books, publications for galleries, and another 25% to the scientific community, and 25% to social causes, and 25% to the music industry still. His work has a lot of conceptual design involved with it. This poster is a little bit psychedelic. It uses a technique of the words as tattoos on the face. And you have the title, it's a little bit illegible because of where it's positioned. And of course, the tattoo effect is created through song lyrics of the album. And later on, the artist took this a little bit further with some razor cut words on a body, a photograph for AIGA. He himself posed for this as he had an assistant carve out the words for him. Sagmeister has been very careful about the work that he takes on. He's not as into graphic design for the commercial side, but rather more into it for its artistic potential. So here is that image. Um, it can be seen as a little bit sinister. Images are rooted in being disorienting and self-defining. Almost one of those people who believes that you shouldn't do anything more elaborate than you have to. This poster that he has used it to visualize the pain that seems to come while designing projects. Appears to be in the modernist style. It is for a performance by Vanessa Beecroft, and the colors are representative of the Sudanese flag, and it features the font Helvetica in two different ways. This was um, very close to Vanessa Beecroft's heart, this issue with the conflicts in Darfur, and so this poster is announcing the performance, and Still Death slash Still Death is one of the slogans that she uses in one of her sketches. So the poster can be hung two different ways, right side up or in reverse, as you can see. Almost has a symmetry to it. And this poster also came out in a version that had a red background. So at first glance, it seems like this is done purely in the modern style, um, but upon closer inspection, we can see that they're subverting modernism while recognizing its beauty. This image is done by Shepard Fairey. It's the Barack Obama Hope poster with, with the image of Barack Hussein Obama, our president. However, this was for the 2008 Obama presidential campaign. It's done in a stencil style, and it's got a portrait of Obama in beige, two different shades of blue and red. There are different variations with the word progress, hope, or change at the bottom. So the artist printed this, or he designed the image in one day. He gave out 350 copies on the street right after he printed them. It was also distributed digitally, and this is definitely one of the most widely circulated images within his campaign. Almost something like the Che Guevara poster that's so iconic, using this stencil style. And after he won the election, the Smithsonian Institution National Portrait Gallery acquired the image. See Sargent in October 2007 was a publicist for the campaign, and he got the legal rights for Shepard Fairey to create the poster. And he wanted to associate power uh, and sincerity with the image that he chose of him. And this poster is an example of social realism, um, which is essentially a movement of printmakers, photographers, painters, etc., to highlight working conditions of the poor, working class type people. And they often utilize deceptive or critical realism. And Fairey has said that this poster was inspired by a JFK portrait in a three-quarter view looking upward and out into the distance, or the image of Lincoln on the $5 bill. So this, another reason why this is so iconic is that the art is very unique and the color style is a bit different, and also the message and the tone is pretty new. So another part of this legacy is all the parody posters that have sprung up as a result. Target billboard by the artist Lori Rosenwald. She's from New York City as well, from the Rhode Island School of Design with a degree in painting in 1977. She was one of the artists who was partnered with the New York-based ad agency Mother, and they created original art pieces inspired both New York City and the iconic Target Bullseye logo in Times Square. Um, she has two colleges, one with a cheery face and the other with pop typography featuring the word C in New York City. Her artwork is heavily based in street art style. She uses very bold, thick lines and lots of bold color. And later on, these billboards were upcycled into Anna Sui bags. Um, so this was something that happened in 2009. So along with the other artists' work, there were 1,600 limited edition tote bags using the vinyl from these advertisements. Around today, this is the Honda Icon Museum's website that was created in 2005. A decade later, it is still up, and I can show you a little bit about that. So you can kind of click on various elements. I think this is adorable. Almost reads like an indie video game. Um, and here you can takes it to the download page. You can see the different versions. Anyway, and there's also a how to use page. A lot of this is in Japanese. Um, anyway, back to the image. So this is the advent of the digital aesthetic and kind of techno-looking graphic design. This is by Dentsu Japan and eBoy, and this actually won a gold prize of Japanese JIAA at the Tokyo Interactive Ad Awards. Just have a three-quarters view so that you can see their shape, and then there's some kind of quirky, odd, energetic details, such as the children playing soccer in the background, or a couple walking their dog, women going shopping. This just kind of sets it in a world. What I love over here is the actual Honda Icon Museum. A better idea of eBoy's virtual store. We see more of the artwork in this style. This is called soft marketing. And you can get stickers and buy copies of his posters. Uh, he even is selling the frame, but that looks a little bit ungodly expensive, so never mind. But yeah, he's got all this merchandise and I just think that this stuff is adorable. So kind of like a lifestyle type shop. So he's also got a downloads page, so let's check that out a little bit. Um, so yeah, really cool stuff. The last thing we'll talk about today is by the Designers Republic. This is a firm founded by Ian Anderson and Nick Phillips in 1986. Closed recently in 2009. And so they were a little bit ambivalent about a technology driven consumer society. Uh, so they were prominent for a while in the 90s. They disliked commerce, and their work was a little bit experimental, as you can see in this somewhat propaganda poster, work, buy, consume, die. They're obviously um, feeling very critical toward this consumer lifestyle. So, an anti capitalist image. And up here, the logo at the top is reminiscent of the Pepsi logo, which is what I noticed right away. Image kind of uses a very sleek, very Japanese influenced, although obviously not culturally significant. It's just supposed to evoke that Japanese elegance that was so sought after during this time. Kind of a sleek, technological, digital type vibe. So yeah, that is an introduction to the postmodern graphic design aesthetic. Thank you for listening.